Hello and welcome back to LOWBORN, and indeed we are in a field battle because we have to actually destroy these guys before they attempt to get reinforcements from the nearby army. This is an army with about 400. We have about 360, I think, so we are a little bit outnumbered here, and indeed we have a massive enemy army coming along as well, and we need to defend this particular castle. Funnily enough, this very army that we have before us right here was able to defeat one of our allied armies, which is pretty bad. And this is actually quite funny because I was on my way. I was literally right there doing my thing at the hideout, trying to get as many saboteurs as possible. And then I realized, hey, actually I can train saboteurs on the run. Did you know that? Did you know that I could train saboteurs without having to be at a hideout? But yeah, you need at least one saboteur to be able to train the other saboteurs. So yeah, if you can actually do it in your own army if you so desire. You know, it's just you just need one of them to be able to create others. So that is actually very nice. A super cool quality of life improvement there, and indeed, if I'd known that, I would have kept one this entire time, and I would have been able to train them very easily. But yeah, that's hopefully going to help us out a great deal after this, because obviously, as I said in the previous episode, I ideally want to try and get as many saboteurs as possible, because that's going to make it so simple, or shall we say not really simple, but it's going to make it a lot easier to capture some of these thieves. I'm just going to move my forces into a relatively decent position here, just to make sure that they are at least taking advantage of as much of their ranged capability as possible. Obviously, they do have some significant thrown weapon damages and various other, well, noble bow related shenanigans that they can do. So very much hoping that they're going to be completely fine with what we've given them, because let's face it, house guards don't actually have shields as far as I remember. I don't think I gave them shields or anything. I could have given them shields, but I feel like, you know what? Let's just go all out, Let's just go all out with aggression here. Make sure that they have some wonderful two-handeds so that they can cleave our opponents in two. This actually should be a lot easier than anticipated. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised that this is a lot easier, because I was kind of thinking that we were going to have some issues, but apparently we are completely and utterly fine. We just have to continue the slaughter here, and obviously this is primarily because, and I'm going to say this right now, it's primarily because Barney has some amazing stats. And I'm talking about, he's got medicine skill up the wazoo, he's got what is it, engineering skill, he's got steward skill, all maxed out basically. And these things, I've never ever gotten them to such a high level with any character. And it just boggles the mind how you'd be able to play without it, basically, because it is such a massive benefit. It really does. It provides you with so many different things that literally just provide you with infinite amounts of survivability, loads of quality of life, basically just making it so that every single one of your troops is acting at its greatest possible peak of combat efficiency. So it really makes a huge difference. Anyway, I'm just going to charge everyone in here, and try to go. Oh, I could have died there. Okay, that was a little bit close. Could have died there from that, but that guy actually managed to slow down just a little bit before hitting me, which would have indeed probably caused the one-shot kill if we were a little bit more unlucky, shall we say. Anyway, I think once we're done here, what we'll do is we'll just, sneak on into the castle that is nearby. It is Lanark Hen Castle. I if you recall the previous episode, I literally said to you, you know what, I'm just going to leave Lanark Hen Castle. I don't care about Lanark Hen Castle. And yes, of course, I shouldn't. It's just a castle. Who cares about it, right? Should be pretty easy for us to capture anytime. However, it is our castle at the moment, and maybe, just maybe, it would make a little bit of sense just to put in some effort to capture the various people that we have nearby to us here, because if we can capture them, well, they're going to be a little bit less annoying, aren't they? So we're going to do that. And the enemy obviously is bearing down on us with like 900 or something like that army very, very close by. And we're going to have to be very, very careful with that because they are probably going to have at least half of those being, you know, I don't know, tier 4 and above, I would assume, at the very least. But yeah, anyway, there we go. We ended up losing 5 people, which is really not too bad. Now, I'm going to be taking them prisoner. Yeah, I did attempt to do some things with my money, as in, I actually attempted, yeah, there's going to be a load of people here that we can rescue right now. But yeah, I actually attempted to give some money to some guy from our faction. I was like, okay, I'll just, you know, go and talk to the first allied lord that I come across and see what happens. You know, maybe he'll be really, really pleased. Maybe I'll gain a huge amount of you know, relation or something like that with him, right? I should probably capture I should probably get all of these people, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm going to just get all of these people because I'm going to need to place them in the garrison here. I don't really like doing this because we're going to be disorganized. It's going to take us down to maybe 1.0. It might take us down to 1.0, which would be kind of bad. But what are we actually using right here? This is yeah, no, this is fine. 102 cutting damage. 102 cutting damage? I think I can do better than that, can't I? I mean, I made this, right? I made this sword, but I'm pretty sure I can do better than that. I'm pretty sure I can make a better two-handed sword, but the question is, do I want to use it? Because I'm actually a polearm person. I'm not actually a two-handed person, so yeah, as you can see, I would need loads of focus points to be able to make that work. But yeah, anyway, as you can see, we do have this this army over here, which may be a problem. Ah, there we go. We're getting a couple of things. All right, so I'm just going to... Yes, okay. That was actually kind of close right there, because I was thinking maybe we're going to lose a huge amount of people along the way into the garrison, but no, thankfully we didn't. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do first, because we're so close to this thing, what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Now, you bring up this menu, and this is something that I've done by mistake in the past, just because, you know, as you do. But yeah, you hold down Control, and you just press right click. That's it. Just Control, right click, and then you can train some saboteurs. That's really, really cool in my opinion. Now you can train 12 of them, apparently. So I'm gonna literally just place whoever I want in here. I don't really care who I put in here. There we go. Yep, that's fine. And then all we're going to do is we're going to go in here, donate troops to the garrison, and we're just going to donate all of the low levels. I'm going to keep these Batanian clan warriors at level 2 because I do need tier 1s and tier 2s for saboteur training. That's what I need. So that's what I'm ideally going for here. Wow, okay, this is kind of harsh. I'm not entirely sure if I even have the opportunity to do this, but maybe we will. I'm going to have to look through some of these things. We've got another 100 to get rid of. Okay, well, that's not so good. Alright, so there you go. We're going to place 171 in the garrison, and we're going to get 98 influence for that as well, which is pointless. we don't need it. We don't need it. But yeah, anyway, I was telling you the story as we were in the battle of how I went over to a guy. I basically went like, hey, would you like some money? And I decided, okay, I'm going to give him a couple of million, right? So I gave him 43 million or something along those lines. And 48, I think I gave him 48 million actually, 48 million or something along those lines anyway. And what happened was, so after giving him the money, he basically said, oh, well, that's very nice, isn't it? Well, not even that really, to be honest. He was a lot less enthused. And he basically gave us 9 relation. Yeah. 9 relation for 48 million gold. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah, anyway. Let's poison the water at Pen Cannoc. It's going to take 20 hours for this to be done. I'm going to try to make sure that we get as hopefully a great benefit from this. I don't know whether we're going to be able to. Hopefully we will. There we go. It was a success. The settlement is now weakened. And we got to wait at least 24 hours to do something like this again. Okay, so the question is, shall we try to besiege it? Okay, let's try to besiege it. Okay, they've got 0 days worth of food, apparently. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct. Something tells me that is not correct, but, well, we'll see, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we've got an amazing amount of engineering skill. I mean, obviously we do, you know. Oh, never mind. Oh, now this is a very, very weird decision to make, but yeah, they okay. I get, okay, fine. I guess I won't say much about that. I mean, I was not expecting her to do this. Yeah, anyway, point is, basically, I was unable to do any of the sabotage stuff because I lost all the progress from the crash, unfortunately. And it's so funny as well because I literally said to you in the previous episode, yeah, this mod list doesn't crash that much, and you know, I'm very happy with the stability of it. And yeah, I am actually, because it only crashes, what, I don't know, once every 5 episodes or something like that, which is really pretty good considering so many, we have so many mods here. Alright, so I'm going to have to be careful with this. Definitely don't want to get pin-cushioned by all these wonderful archers coming in right there. And indeed, I am going to be moving these guys over there, move these guys there. There we are. Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. Now we can hopefully do some damage. Or just not, you know. Either way, I mean, that's absolutely fine. Oh, nice. Good, good. Okay, you know what's really funny? I've actually wanted to do a siege for a very long time. I have wanted to do any kind of siege, like a defensive siege or an offensive siege, just purely because I think it's going to be a huge amount of fun with this Manavlion. And yeah, it's something that we really should try to utilize as much as possible if we can actually get into one. You know, the funny thing is, every single time we try to do a siege of any kind, especially an offensive siege, we always seem to get attacked by someone, some vassal somewhere, and they make the garrison sally out. And that is making a huge difference. That is making a huge difference, because now I'm unable to do this. Now I'm unable to go into the actual walls and, you know, have a grand old time, you know, slashing at every single person that we come up against. You know, that would be so fun in my opinion. But yes, unfortunately, we're seemingly going to have this to deal with now. And obviously the Vlandian Norta are quite dangerous, as you can see right here. These guys will absolutely shred me if we basically just stand there. So it's probably best not to stand there, isn't it? Yes, probably best not to stand there. Okay, so let's get my cavalry to come over here, despite the fact that we don't really have that many. But I'm kind of hoping that our forces will be able to do a little bit of damage from here and maybe, just maybe, snipe some of these guys, because they have the low ground by a very slight margin. So I think we're able to kind of, shall we say, I don't know, dip, I guess? Dip or volley against them a little bit? Maybe, just maybe? I'm not sure if that's really going to make any difference, but you know what? I'm actually going to be aggressive here. Let's be really, really aggressive here. I'm actually thinking this may be our only real strategy. Despite the fact that I really don't want to go across the bridge, I think that this is probably going to be the way to go here. Ow, ow, ow. Because here's the thing. I'm distracting all these guys right now. Basically, the best course of action for me is to try to, well, maximize that distraction. Maximize it as hugely as I can. In other words, get into this battle. Look at this. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Get in here. Make sure that all of our forces are well aware of what is about to happen, and then just go for it. Because the aggression that we're showing right here is not actually going to be, I think at least, kind of unpredictable for the AI, despite the fact that the AI is not really going to be, you know, able to really adapt to that easily on the fly. But just look at what they're doing right now. They're just running around. They're just running around randomly, not really having any clue about what they should be doing. And yeah, sure, they're firing a little bit here and there, but this is far and away from the devastating volleys that these Vlandir Norta could potentially unleash against us. And that's exactly the reason why, you know, doing something like this, being hyper aggressive, is actually an extremely effective strategy many times. Just because, look at what is happening here. They're all over the place. They have no idea what's going on. And that's exactly what you want. If they start to consolidate, however, that might be a bit of a problem, but we are just going to continue. Just going to continue. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Just going to continue being as aggressive as possible, because eventually they're going to run out of higher tier troops. And, well, hopefully they are at least, because they do have over 700 in the garrison, of course. Okay, I'm going to have to be careful here. I can still die really, really easily, so... yeah, I need to be a little bit careful here. Don't really want to get shot in the face, or couched in the face. Sofaed in the face, you know. That kind of thing. Don't really want to have that. But yeah, anyway, the massive amount of cavalry is a little bit frustrating for us to deal with here, but that's okay. Hopefully... Whoa, nice. Okay, that was a good hit. I was a little bit worried there for a second. And yeah, now they're starting to consolidate, you see. This is exactly what I was a bit worried about. I don't really like this, so I'm going to try to get stuck in here a little bit more, just to kind of, you know, just to kind of throw a little bit of a, you know, cat among the pigeons kind of deal. And we'll see if we can... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yes, this is what we like. All right. Yeah, they're basically just... Well, they're pretty much not knowing what to do, which is obviously what we like. And I think... How many have we lost so far? 10. We've only lost 10 people. That's pretty incredible. Yes, yes. There we go. Obviously, this is this entire thing, and the amount of kills that we're getting is obviously, I would say mostly due to the /3 mod, but obviously you can get that yourself, so you can decide whether you want that or not. But yeah, that is definitely making a huge difference to us, because obviously I've killed 117. I wouldn't be able to get as many kills if it wasn't for the /3. I think we probably have about 50, 60 kills right now, if not for that. So probably about half. And yeah, we'd probably have to be using our horse charge damage a little bit more. Because you can obviously see here that if I go through these enemies, I'm doing 20 damage. I mean, we've got such an insane amount of riding skill as it is. So yeah, of course we're going to be doing massive amounts of charge damage. I don't even have a mount that really does good charge, as far as I'm aware. I don't think we have good charge damage. I think it's decent, as in, you know, it's probably about 25 for the mount or something like that. I don't know what kind of value we have, but maybe we'll have to see that after this. How are my forces, by the way? Are they actually around here? Are they actually here? Because I don't see them. Do you see them? Why are my infantry all the way back there? Is it because we have scattered? Because we're doing the same thing that the enemy is doing, and we're kind of just all over the place. So I'm going to consolidate once again, because as you can see, we do have some infantry and archers coming back here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to see whether the enemy has been baited. They haven't. Okay, interesting, interesting. I was kind of hoping that they would have been a little bit broken now from their morale, maybe, you know, kind of allowing us to kind of pull them closer to our reinforcement zone, because that would have been very, very nice. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. And I can only hope that after this, our champions will be able to advance to tier 4. If they can advance to tier 4, we will be having a whale of a time, because that means that our house guards will also be able to level up to tier 4, and we have huge amounts of experience with them, and that is going to provide us with an insane damage and power increase. So let's see if we can do that. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, I don't know. But I'm very much hoping that they will have gotten some kills, at least in this particular battle. I don't know whether they have. Let's have a look. I mean, we've got loads of experience coming for the bear destroyers. The house guards did get 25 kills. House guards, though. Yeah, we want house champions. Where are they? Apparently, I don't have any on the field. Have they already been killed? No, I don't think so. Oh dear. Well, it's pretty bad that they're not on the field, to be honest, because that means that, yeah, that means that we're gonna not really have that much experience. Maybe they'll get some experience from just being around, you know, maybe that will be the thing. But yeah, I kind of need to be a little bit careful here. Don't really want to get shot again, if at all possible. I can die from a headshot very quickly here. Gonna try to be a little bit risky. Yeah, there we go. Okay, did very small amounts of damage with that charge, but that is enough. Just a little bit, you know, just a little bit here and there. Okay, let's just tell our archers to hold position back there. We're just going to go through these guys. Alright, so we've got our thrown weapons obviously going for it right here, and that is exactly the reason why the house guards have so much experience, because I've said this time and time again, thrown weapons are so extremely effective. They are probably the most efficient weapon in the whole game, actually. Should I say that? I don't know. It feels to me like they are the most efficient, at least when it comes to javelins. If you have javelins that have a high base value attack damage, I'm not talking about the ones with, you know, 58, 68 damage. No. Those guys are not really going to be able to, you know, they're not really going to be able to kill enemies in one hit. But anything like harpoons or jarides or, you know, slightly higher tier thrown weapons, they will literally be, it's like night and day, to be honest. It's night and day between the two types of thrown weapons, and they are insanely efficient because you just throw one and you're most likely, unless it hits a shield, of course. I mean, obviously shields, you know, kind of makes sense that they're gonna do their job and shield their opponent. Well, shield the person that's using it, and indeed, it's gonna get a one-shot kill. It will almost always get a one-shot kill, and that's exactly what you want from something like that. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna just level up these guys. Let's try and see what we can get here. Nord Berserkers? No, we're gonna get those Sturgeon Druzniks. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's just get some of our prisoners to join us. I can't actually take any of these, and I don't really want to because I may have to run away. Actually, oh, I just forgot. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't. I guess it doesn't super matter about that. But yeah, anyway, obviously roguery skill. No, roguery skill is actually maxed out, so it is not really going to do much for us. And we are indeed going to. Should I claim this? I don't really think I should claim this. I have way too much money as it is. There's really no point in that. As you can see, I have 80 million in here. Let's withdraw a little bit of money. Shall we withdraw 50 million? There we go. I have 387 million now. So I can go above 385. But I'm assuming that that is not supposed to be the case. I'm assuming you're not supposed to be able to do that. But yeah, anyway. Let's see what's actually going to happen here, because obviously we do have an army with 953. If they decide to go in for the siege, this would probably be the greatest thing that can happen to us. Are they doing it? I don't want to. No, don't go away. Ah. Okay, well, that's kind of sad, actually. I'm kind of a bit weirded out by that, because they only have the militia here to deal with. There's only 1,100, right? There's only 1,100. I don't know whether that means that they would just prefer not to deal with anyone that has a significant amount of numbers, or whether it's about the fact that we're in there. It could be about that. I mean, I wouldn't blame them, to be honest. Anyway, let's just see if I can... yeah, I won't be able to make it there, unfortunately. As you can see, there's just not enough experience. I'm trying my best to just get to 370. Oh, it's so sad. It's absolutely the saddest thing possible to try and go for this. But, yeah, well, we're going to try our best, obviously. I mean, these guys are just absolutely insane. Look at that, 122,000 experience in comparison. And we have these bear-tilled... bear destroyers, which is actually hilarious because they have insane amounts of experience. Look at this. They're gaining so much experience right now. And I think actually, you know what? Let's they have one-handeds, right? So yeah, let's actually just get them, let's get them a couple more skill points here. Let's get them, I guess 100. I guess I could have just gone for a bit more in, what about if I do 75 in that, and then I could get little more in this. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit problematic in itself, but yeah, okay. Yeah, these obviously, these bear elites are not really getting any skill points whatsoever because they just can't. And yeah. Yeah, I really should, what I really ideally should have done, and this is what I would do if I were to start over with the retinues mod. Create one recruit, right? Create one recruit like this guy right here, tier 1, and then just max him out in whatever he can be maxed out in. So, you know, just do whatever he can get, and then get a massive amount of experience, and then just move on, and then do the same thing with the tier 2, and then just max him out, and then create another one, a tier 3, and so on and so forth, and just rinse and repeat that until you get to tier 6, and then eventually you're going to have a guy that has a massive amount of experience, and everyone's maxed out, everyone's fully skill capped, and yeah, that's so. Again, obviously, that's what I'd do if I could do it again. Obviously, unfortunately, I don't really think I can. But yes. Anyway, Olawin, I'd like to actually see what Olawin is all about here. She's 30. She is. Aha, okay. And what are her skills? I cannot see her skills for some reason. Let me actually go to her skills real quick. Okay, so she has basically, yeah, she has intelligence-based skills. So she's basically Barney 2.0 if she's actually going to become, I don't know, anything at all. But yeah, let's just get her, I guess, some endurance? I have no idea. I really have no idea. We do have some perks to spend, but I'm not going to do that right now. So we've taken Pen Cannoc, which is obviously fantastic. This is really, really good. So that means that we've now got a significant... Look at this. We're actually starting to come back a little bit, right? I feel like we're starting to come back a little bit. We're starting to really make a bit of a dent in the Vlandians. Unfortunately, the Vlandians are just... They're very, very difficult to deal with. I mean, I have this many of them in my party, as you could see right here, in my prisoner's hold, and I kind of feel like I should. It's not going to be doable, is it? Is Dunglanys actually going to be doable? I'd say probably not, right? I'd say probably not. I will try. I have a bad feeling that me using the saboteurs, by the way, is causing a crash. I could be wrong about that, but maybe that is indeed the case, because I tried using them, obviously, and well, let's just say that it didn't really work out too well. And obviously I need 9 of them. Unfortunately, I don't have 9 because I lost the save, obviously, of me training those guys. So I'll have to do that again at some point in the future. But as I say, I have a sneaking suspicion that it may in fact be the case that it is causing the problem, which would be very sad, because for me personally, I absolutely love the idea of being able to sabotage. I mean, that's one of the things that I've been constantly talking about, you know, additional variation in how sieges are handled would be absolutely fantastic, you know, because as it stands right now, it's basically just one of two things. You either destroy the walls or you don't destroy the walls, and yeah, that's basically how it goes. Yeah, so this is also how it goes. As you can see right here, we're now going to be attacked by the Garrison. This is exactly the kind of sort of rinse and repeat that we kind of get here, which is somewhat unfortunate. Really didn't want to have to do this. It would have been nice if we could have gone into the siege itself. The only thing I could have really done is gone into the siege without building anything. Yeah. Without building anything. I feel like that is going to be a bit too... Isn't that a bit too audacious? Especially considering there's 1,800 of them. I mean, how many do I have to fight here? I have no idea, but we've got 300 enemies on the battlefield. This is pretty bad. Let's get my archers over there, infantry over here. This is actually really bad, because I'm not entirely sure if I'm even going to be able to do this. This doesn't seem particularly likely right now. Because mostly we've got Banner Knights, we've got Vanguards, we've got all these guys. They're pretty dangerous. Yeah, wow, that's a lot of cavalry. Not a particularly big fan of that, I gotta say. That is kind of harsh. Do I have any cavalry myself? Yeah, 25. Okay, let's tell them to follow me. Maybe that's going to be useful. I don't know. We'll try. We'll try it. Maybe they'll actually be somewhat good at defending us or something like that. Nice damage. Nice damage. Wow, 156 damage, and this guy did not die. And I had already done damage to him before that as well. He must have had, what, 225 HP or something? Insanity. Crazy. Okay. Well... yeah, we're going to have to do this. Going to have to reconsolidate our forces on the other side here. Nice little snipe on that Banner Knight. If we can just eliminate Banner Knights over and over and over again, this is basically going to be a done deal. Because, as we've talked about previously, every single unit in the game has a troop weight of some kind. A combat weight, as it were. And, of course, cavalry is counted much heavier than pretty much any other. So if you can eliminate a huge amount of cavalry, you will have a great time. You will probably be able to win against a massive amount of outnumbered opponents, right? As in, like, you know, opponents that are outnumbering you. And let's just see if we can maybe do that. If we can do that, I will be overjoyed. But we do seem to be losing a huge amount of troops right now, just purely because obviously the enemy is overwhelming at this point. They have so many troops. So many cavalry. I don't know. Shall we retreat? I mean, we've only... it's not particularly good, is it? This is the only thing I can do, unfortunately. A lot of skirmishing here, trying to get hit and runs, trying to very, very clearly just go, yeah, I'm going to just kill whatever I can and then get out of there as soon as possible. That's pretty much all I can do. Unfortunately, the enemy is going to have a significant amount more cavalry to come, and the question is, when are they going to put those in? That's the thing. We need to be just very, very careful here. I cannot charge in too early. I don't even know how many we have to fight here. How many do they even have? Is it literally like 800, 900 or something like that? If it is, then we may have some issues with this. But if it isn't, then we... I think it is. I think it's about that. I think it's about 900 or something. I don't remember the exact number. Ah, now they're actually starting to charge in. Okay, this is pretty bad then for us. Okay, we're going to have to move here. We're just going to very slightly move ourselves just so that we're behind the hill. Yeah, there we go. Going to try to... Yeah, I'm going to try to get around here. If I can, maybe... Oh, wow, yeah, this is going to be a bit problematic. This is actually going to be more problematic than when they were playing defensively, because look at how many arrows are coming my way. Whoa, I'm dead. All right. I could take control of someone. I was going to retreat. Okay, I'll take control of a bare-tailed house guard. Let's do this. We don't have that much skill at all. Our skill is absolutely terrible, but he's got a good weapon. So he should have a pretty easy time here, right? He's got loads of HP too, so maybe we'll be okay. I can't command anyone. I can't command anyone, as you can see right here. So we are basically now at the mercy of auto-delegate, which is very bad. So this is pretty awful. But if we 286, 102, I think the ratio is somewhat effective for us. Maybe somewhat beneficial. I don't know. Maybe we won't. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I mean, we're getting a lot of kills right now. We're getting a lot of kills. We're actually having a pretty nice ratio right now, but oh wow, this guy is so slow. I really, really yearn for a tier 4 house guard. Really, it would make so much difference to our skill caps. There we go. Nice. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna try... Oh no, wow, 50... Oh no, another 55 of those cavalry coming in. That's gonna be kind of harsh. Okay, can we please kill these? Yep, thank you. Alright, I am just charging in here a little bit randomly, but I think it's probably going to be beneficial in the end. Is it? If I can eliminate these guys, then yes, but if I can't and they just continually use their shields annoyingly, then then I don't know what to tell you. It's going to be a little bit problematic then. I can't even kill a peasant in one hit anymore. Yeah. This is bad. This is bad. We might have to retreat. I don't really want to do that. Okay, you know what? I guess I will. Okay, we can try to get away from here. But that's probably not going to work either. Do we have any tactic skill, by the way? We have very, very little tactic skill, unless we have someone that has tactics. Oh, never mind. You disperse into the shrubs and bushes. The enemies halt and seem to hesitate a while. Alright, so yes, let's try and see if we can... No, okay. We have 419, but I'm not actually able to get into the battle, so... Yeah, it's because we have a decent roguery skill, I assume, that we're able to do this. I am actually losing people when I try to do this. Let's go over here. Ooh, this is bad. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get rid of a lot of horses here. That's going to be our main thing that we have to do, because our herding is the reason why we're not actually able to get away from this. So we're going to have to do that. Very sad, very sad. Okay, these, there we go. A little bit more of that. Are we serious about this? Really? More? I need to get rid of more? I've almost gotten rid of every single horse I have. What about cows? Oh my. Okay, yeah. Okay, no, we're still overburdened. Oh, that's the reason. Okay, I'm super overburdened. Okay, well, yeah, that's probably because I have 1,500 units of grain. Like an absolute idiot. There we go. Alright, I can't actually tell. 21,000. Are you joking? Okay, I'm going to have to take some of these guys back. There we go. Okay, do I have herding? Yeah, I have a small amount of herding now. Which I suppose is okay. Decent-ish, I suppose. Yeah, we'll just get rid of some of these. I've got 183 days worth. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Let's just get rid of every single thing that we can there. 18,000 still? Are you joking? Come on now. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright, what about now? 17,900. Are you joking? Okay, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to get rid of this. The raw silk, silver ore. I don't know. I don't really want to get rid of any of my smithing goods. Ideally. Moving at 1.5 now. My herding, men within prisoner size. Yeah, well, obviously, I don't have enough... don't have enough prisoner capacity, as you can see right there. So, I could technically try to persuade some of these guys, and then get rid of the rest, I suppose. Oh, actually, quite a lot. Okay, well, we're going to have to do this no matter what, because we are moving super, super slowly as a result of these prisoners. This is the reason why I say to you, oh, yeah, I don't really want to do that, you know. There we go. Now we're moving at 3.4. Should be pretty good. Yep. Super fast. Look at that. Look at how fast we're moving now. Okay, absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. It's the kind of thing you need to do, you know? It's the kind of thing you need to do at these points in the game. Whew. A little bit close there for my liking. Okay, so this guy has 328 in trade. So you know what I'm thinking? Shall we buy a bunch of fiefs? We could technically buy a bunch of fiefs if we want to, instead of you know, struggling through these sieges and sally outs and so on and so forth. We could go and just buy stuff. What do you think? I mean, that would be the most efficient way of doing it, but it would eliminate a lot of the challenge, which would be, in my opinion, somewhat sad, but, well, I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.